3, 2, 1, live. Hey, what's a rabbit's favorite genre of music?
Hip hop.
Well, that joke wasn't all it was cracked up to be. It's worth dying for. Is it Easter egg die?
It's not.
No, that was good.
It's not.
Welcome to Sports Desk, March 31st for our Easter special.
That's right. Coming at you live from the penthouse. And like Jake said, Easter special. And we have with us a very special guest.
Yeah. Introducing.
He's been with us before.
You've seen him around.
First time this season, though.
Yes.
Our boy,
Ethan Ortiz. Welcome to Sports Desk.
Grandmaster E.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you on here.
Thank you. Please.
Quality of our show increases significantly when you are on.
At least threefold.
Yeah, threefold. We are going to jump right into it because the world of sports is absolutely hopping right now.
I got it. I got that. That was good.
See, thank you. He
Yeah.
gets
That was great.
Yeah, I understand.
This is why I tell you that he can be on here.
I was dying at the joke, by the way. That was great.
See, he gets me. Okay, anyways. March is full of madness, and men's basketball is down to the final four in the tournament this year.
And boy, has it been a crazy one, as we've addressed
Yes.
throughout the course of
Yes.
the tournament.
Yes. We got, coming up on Saturday, we got number 1 Gonzaga versus number 11 UCLA, who was one of the first 4 play-in games, and they made it all the way.
Which is crazy. I don't even remember the last time that's happened where a play-in game has made it to the Final Four.
Bananas. And then number 1 Baylor plays number 2 Houston on Saturday as well. But America is saddened by the fact that Oral Roberts is no longer in the tournament.
That is true. They're that Cinderella story that everyone was hoping for, and they never got around to actually they pulled off so many upsets, but they couldn't pull off the last one. They had close games throughout, but
And they almost won that last game.
They did.
They had an open 3.
lost by 2, last shot 2, and
Yeah.
didn't go in. But
Ethan, you mentioned you don't have a bracket this year, but was there a team that you're pulling for in the tournament that you want to see win or you wanted to see win?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have a bracket. But watching Gonzaga just dominate teams. It's hard for me not to choose them. I think it's hard for a lot of people not to choose and see how Gonzaga is just balling right now. Yeah, I mean, I did not see UCLA get into the Final Four at all. As you guys saw, it was it's the 1 and 2, 1, and then the 11th seed. It's just and then again, a lot of these brackets have been caught on fire lately, and it's just everybody's brackets just were not to par. But
yeah, I think
for me personally, I think Gonzaga's gonna win it all. For me,
I got you. I think by the time they hit the round of 32, they had maybe 3 or 4 perfect brackets left. Just within the ESPN bracket trackers.
Yeah.
And then by the time the Sweet 16 hit, there was no perfect brackets at all.
Right.
It's one of those crazy years. Obviously no one can predict that, but I have with us pulled up on my computer right here the rankings for the Sports Desk
Ooh,
bracket challenge.
our bracket challenge.
And
This is exciting. Am I in first place?
no, you are definitely not. You are doing better than I am, though.
Oh, so show me some respect.
of course, yeah.
Which
I'm not
I'm
even
good.
surprised.
However,
Not either.
number 1 is our good buddy Phil Mail.
Ooh, Phil.
His bracket is entitled Final Fourgasm.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. I hope my
But yeah,
dad's not watching.
he's sitting in there with a solid 94%. And he's got Gonzaga winning it all as well. I think I picked Baylor to win.
I think I did too.
Yeah, I picked Baylor. Jake picked Baylor. There's a few Colorados. I thought Colorado was going to go a lot farther than what they did. They did not. That was kind of a bummer.
Yeah. If Phil keeps this up, he might earn himself a free shirt.
That's right.
Wow.
Not to mention one with Bongo on the back,
That's. Oh, is that what we're doing?
I think. We didn't discuss that, did we?
Oh, so you're just going behind my back again. This is great. I would be remiss if I did not bring up the fact that women's basketball also has a tournament. And there is a Final Four for that as well. Let's look at who's in it.
Let's hear about it.
Where did I write this down? Okay. It was on the front all the time. South Carolina plays Stanford on Friday. And Arizona plays UConn on Friday as well. UConn's one of those teams that they're like a perennial contender for the championship.
They're like the WLC of the MAC.
They are. They are.
Yeah, for sure.
Ethan, do you follow women's basketball at all?
Not gonna lie, I do not. Doesn't mean I don't support it at all. Doesn't mean I don't support it, because there's a lot of girls that are just, I don't know her name, but I know she's like a freshman that's just like, just killing stuff right now, and I think she plays for like Oregon or something. Or
Okay.
I really don't see my knowledge of women's sports, but doesn't mean I support it. I think it's great, but no, I really don't follow it that much.
Yes,
And
let's
I do
make it clear that
apologize.
we do support it. We just don't follow it as much.
Yes.
It's not nearly as broadcast or talked about as men's sports are, which is kind of a bummer. Because you have several different stories that will stand out to you among like all the guys' leagues, but there's also several stories that will stand out to you among the girls' leagues. Like, I think there was one about a girl who was born with some kind of disability where it slowed her like growth processes, and they weren't even sure if she was going to be able to walk, and now she's playing D1 college basketball, which is
Wow.
super crazy.
And
That's incredible.
You don't hear that, those stories don't come out, just because it's female basketball. Like, the whole broadcasting, industry is just, they try, but I mean, I think it can get pushed a little bit more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the NCAA did receive a bunch of flack for the weight room situations that they had set up for both
God.
the men's compared to the women's.
Did you see the lunches?
Oh no, I didn't. I just saw the weight rooms.
It was like Lunchables. It was like school lunches compared to like a buffet where the guys can just like go and pick and grab, while the ladies just got like a lunch tray with like a sandwich, an apple, and like some chips or something. I don't know.
Really?
Dang.
It was bad. I saw it. Obviously, I'm maybe over exaggerating with the whole food part of it, but it was literally on a lunch tray.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like that's the other thing too, is like you never know how much of like those differences are exaggerated or like just being like put on blast by the media, just like kind of draw attention to like one minor thing, if it was like a one situation occurrence or whatnot, or if it is like actually as bad as what they make it out to be. And because they're not nearly covered as heavily as the dudes are, it's hard for us to tell. It's hard for us to like even, I'd say, form an opinion on it. I mean, they sound bad and they don't get a lot of coverage. So
yeah, we'd love to hear opinions in the comment section on the difference in treatment between the men's and the women's tournaments. Kind of get you guys' thoughts on it. The Kishfish says, "Happy Easter, you boys, all looking swole, by the way." Thanks, Alex. And then Jay Measy says, "Ethan for president."
Oh man.
So you have a supporter.
My school, I can't even handle school. You expect me to run a country? I mean, look, everybody will be,
I'd vote for you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
you have my vote as well.
Yeah, that's
Thank
majority.
Thank
You know what just happened in the world of football? They just expanded the season to 17 games. Man, so they changed the NFL season from 16 games to 17, and it was 16 games for 43 years, which is twice as long as we've been alive. So I wonder, I don't know the whole reasoning behind the change. Apparently they've taken away one of the... Oh, we got to take long enough. Yeah, normally it goes out a little later. So apparently they took out one of the preseason games and now extended a regular season game. And I picked up a quote from Alvin Kamara, and he says, "Dumb as hell." So he doesn't like this rule. Ethan, I'm interested to get your thoughts on this change in the NFL that will start this next season.
Yeah, so I heard that it had to do with something with like the broadcast deal. I think like something with like the whole media and broadcasting of the NFL. They made like a deal, and obviously it's a business. They're trying to get money, so they just added one game. Now I don't get it, I don't get why they added one game and made it just an odd number of games to play now. I really don't get why, other than just to make more money, and especially if you guys seen like the list of the matchups that are gonna go up against, I mean, they're gonna make a lot of money on that day. They're gonna make a lot of money on that just from views. Because
yeah,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I saw that they're also they're adding on a game to the regular season, but they're also taking away a preseason game. So it's going to be a 3-week preseason followed by a 18-week regular season with a 1 bye week. And that's another thing that our boy Alvin was a little bit upset about too, was the fact that they're not getting another bye week, or like not being able to rest. Because I mean, like, if you're thinking about it from a football player's perspective, like you and I can relate to this. After like the first few weeks, you're already getting a little bit worn out, getting a little bit beat down. I mean, guys are suffering from injuries, and like it's
a grind on your body.
It is a grind, and it's tough. It's hard, and I think that's another thing that some of the players are worried about. But it was voted in by the players to like have another game added, which is going to be super beneficial financially for the NFL, and
like
likewise,
if you think about it, typically that fourth preseason game is when like all the backups are playing and you're resting the starters because those backups are fighting for roster spots. So the starters now have an extra game to play, even with the reduced preseason. They're still playing more games though.
Yeah.
So
my issue also is the fact that they added another game, and they created these matchups that are like you saw Green Bay and Kansas City. Everybody's gonna be, trying to watch Aaron Rodgers, Pat homeboy, trying to just go at it, but they're not thinking that it's the last game of the season. What if their spots in the playoffs are locked and they sit them? If they sit them both, then what kind of matchup are you just gonna watch?
It's essentially like a fourth preseason game.
Basically. But I mean, I wouldn't mind if they sat Aaron Rodgers if we do make the playoffs.
Yeah, that'd be the smart move.
And they
put in
Jordan Love to have a game, to play a game. I'd like
give
to
him
see
some more
that.
experience too.
Mm-hmm.
Give Jordan Love some experience, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers is still the top dog nonetheless. But that's what probably will happen if that's the case.
That is true. I had something that came to my mind that I wanted to mention, but I kind of forgot about.
Kirk Cousins is better.
That is not true.
You think about that for a second. There's a few comments we got to get to.
Yeah,
going back to the food comment Ethan talked about with the men's and women's tournament, Jonathan Wardell says, well, on a similar note, WLC football players are spoiled with caviar, while WLC tennis players have to eat food from lunch trays. Now, as someone who's played neither of those sports, I cannot confirm. Did you guys get caviar?
I've never had caviar in my life.
You know what caviar is?
Smells like. That's how far I've been away from caviar.
Okay. And Jay Measy says, replying to our conversation about the quality of treatment at the tournament, he says, I think it's really unfair with the way that they handle men's versus women's. If college students aren't allowed to profit off anything, I don't see why men's sports should be handled differently. And then Carson says, regarding the new season for the NFL, 17 is an ugly number of games for a season. # the vibes are off. I agree, bad Carson. 17 is kind of just like a weird.
Bad vibes.
I remembered my point here.
Power of comments.
With the with the addition of another week of a regular season, I'm thinking that if we take into consideration anything that could happen with injuries or anything that can happen with just like any freak situation, that they may or may not need to update the number of people on the roster from like a 53-man roster to like a few more. Because I mean, that wouldn't be harmful in the long run unless like you're talking they need to up their cap space for each team and like just different like business ends of things. But it's also like more of a safety net so that you're not running into situations where you're playing with minimal players. I mean, especially in times of COVID where you had, what was it, Denver playing with a wide receiver as their quarterback for a game?
Yeah, from the practice squad.
That's just, it baffles me. But I'm thinking in order to combat anything that they would be running into, any complications that they'd be running into with an extended season, by making bigger rosters more of a commonality with the league.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something to look, could see happening in the future. Something to keep an eye out for for this next season, season of change for sure. But you know what starts tomorrow though? We got Major League Baseball opening day. Cue the ukulele transition.
Oh yeah, sorry, forgive me.
I was waiting. Sorry. Bada bing, bada boom.
I unplugged my headphone.
For all you Brewers, that was really nice. You're getting really good at that, actually.
Appreciate it. Don't flirt with me like that.
Here's my number. Brewers play the Twins tomorrow for opening day at AmFam Field.
Oh, don't call it that.
I'm saying it, but if you could see my face, I'm saying it with a sad face.
It hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts, and I'm not even a Brewers fan.
Yeah, that's just weird. We got Ethan. I think I'm definitely gonna have to ask you your thoughts on that in just a second. We got Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers tomorrow, starting against Kenta Maeda of the Twins. Should be a good game. I'm assuming most of our viewers, except Carson, are probably either Brewers or Twins fans. But yeah, Ethan, what are your thoughts on that whole name change situation? We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, it is just so ugly driving home and driving past American Family Field instead of instead of Miller Park. It's definitely the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I don't think anybody's going to call it American Family Field and Fam Field. I don't think anybody's going to call it that other than like the broadcasters that are calling the game.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to call it. It's always going to be Miller Park. And I don't know how, I get it that they bought it, but I don't know. It's just ugly. It's really bad.
Do you think if the broadcaster says tomorrow, like, welcome to AmFam Field, people are going to boo?
Don't know. I don't know. Well, maybe. Just because Wisconsin is just, they love their beer. We love our beer. So the fact that you took Miller out of the park, it's just, we don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it already. And I don't even drink beer.
I feel a connection to the stadium just because my first ever MLB game was a Brewers game against the Twins.
Also, it was a Twins game.
Who won?
The Twins did.
Yes, sir.
It was Wells night. Actually, Ethan, it was our freshman year, right before we moved in and checked in for football.
You know what? I remember that.
You were there at the game?
No, I wasn't there, but I think Mario and them went with Diedrich and all that.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, and we touched on it a little bit. They're allowing, I believe, 10,000 fans, which is probably about quarter capacity. But it's exciting that baseball is returning for the full 162-game season. Because last year it was shortened. So, Ethan, do you have high expectations for the Brewers this year?
I think I do. I'm just looking at those two guys that they signed. I'm sure they signed other guys, but there was a big second base signment. I can never pronounce his name.
Colton Wong?
There you go. There's no way I would have remembered that.
Well, that way you don't say it Wong.
So stupid.
Yes. That was great. No.
You never appreciate my humor.
It's I have high expectations just because we've been close, to getting ahead and getting to the World Series the past 2 years, and it's just we just need extra, just step, and we haven't had that. And Christian went down, I think 2 years ago from the kneecap injury, or was it last year?
I don't remember when.
I think it was last year, wasn't it?
I just know, I think we were a game away from the World Series or something, and he cracked his kneecap open.
Oh, that was a few years ago, I think.
I really don't remember when, but it's just the fact that we're so close. It's just like the Packers. We're so close to getting there, and we don't. It's just it's irritating, but we always have high expectations.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, should be interesting. I know the Brewers the last few years have been really competitive. They've been one of the top teams in their division, if not the best.
They've been fun to watch.
They have been, and I think the same goes for the Twins too. I mean, they've won the AL Central 2 years in a row. The White Sox are looking a lot better too. So it's kind of fun having both of our teams be right on the top. So should make for a fun season, I'd say.
Making us proud. It's all good.
Absolutely. we gotta flip the script here to some WLC action. I guess first I should address a few of these comments about baseball. Carson says, "Yeah, baby, baseball." Jay Measy says, "I hate the new name in Miller Park until I die." Evan O'Leary says, 10,000 fans is still more than the Marlins get on a regular night. Says that was a perfect dad joke. Thank you. And Carson says the knee injury was 2019. Thank you for that input. Over to WLC Sports.
She's the new Scott.
Yeah, where's Scott? Scott, where are you? Men's volleyball. We are nearing the end of their first season. So far, 0-12. We play the number 7 team, Benedictine, on Friday at 7. It's a home game, so anyone on campus, go to that, support. The NAC tournament starts on Tuesday, actually. He says, "But do you like tomatoes on your burger?"
I'm fine with tomatoes. on my
Never.
burger.
Is she getting you food right now? Is
Yeah,
that what
she
she
is.
does? Oh, okay. Where are you getting food from?
No idea. I told her to surprise me.
Probably like Wendy's. Yeah. So men's volleyball 0-12. Each loss is
there's
one
Scott.
game closer to a first win. So that's exciting. Yeah. Women's volleyball, on the other hand, 6-2. They just swept Lakeland
Yes.
last weekend. And they have a big doubleheader coming up on Saturday against MSOE. We split with MSOE earlier. They're one of the top teams in our conference. So should be a good matchup. Ethan, have you been able to make it to any of the volleyball games, men's or women's, this year?
I have not, just because their times don't match my time. You know, it's I'm very busy, especially being a commuter where I have to go home and do chores and pay the bills and do homework on top of that, and also have practice at 4 to 6, and then you know, I've been having a tough time getting out to these games, but when the time slots can pop up, I'll definitely try. I've just been a really busy man.
Hey, understandable.
Yeah. Same here, dude.
Yeah.
Wednesday's been our busiest nights of the week, with like our schedule. Because I mean, I go right from football practice to praise band practice to sports desk, and then to regular desk for desk duties for being an RA and whatnot. So
Yeah. So, but no, it'd be great if you could come out and support. I'm sure they would love all the fans they could get. Men's volleyball on the upward trend. Women's is playing well also. I don't know. Yeah. So
they did well when we watched.
They did. Yeah, they looked dominant against Lakeland last weekend. We got baseball and softball also happening right now. Baseball's 2-11, but 4 of their losses have been by 1 run only. So they're, pretty.
That's tough.
4 games away from being near a 500 team. So yeah, it's a matter of a few runs really separating them in the standings. And then softball's sitting at 7-8, so they're around 500 too. A little more successful in terms of win-loss record. Oh geez, we got a lot of comments. Evan says we are definitely the best 0-12 team in the NAC. I mean, I don't really think you can argue with that.
I'd say so.
Okay.
So Evan, I mean, that's true. Not many teams can say that.
Yeah.
I don't really know if any other teams can say that. I know you guys want to talk about football. Just 1 second here. I want to talk about golf quick.
I hear that head coach is on the hot seat.
Yeah. And it's getting warmer by the day.
What's this?
It's credibility, performance, comp, I don't know. Initiative.
I've seen him swing a club once. He's pretty good.
Yeah. But
he's not nearly as good as our boy Jake. Let's roll that clip.
yeah, so we went golfing recently. Bear in mind there's some wind in this video. Listen closely.
Where's the windup?
What did I hear?
Okay. Well, yeah, so I hit a fence. But golfing is not as easy as it looks.
Mad respect for people who are like actually really good at golf, because that's something that I've never actually gone out and done. Was tried my hand at like golf. Like I've frisbee golfed, and I've like done some hitting here and there, but never have I tried to golf on like an actual golf course and doing actual holes. And that was what, a par 4?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 or something.
I think I had 15.
Yeah, it was rough for all of us, but yeah. So golf has what's called the Edgewood Triangular next Friday the 9th. I think that's their next upcoming meet. And I think they have one that's called a WLC Invitational. It's in Waukesha. Otherwise, they're on the road. So, yeah, golf is in the full swing of things.
We use that one too much.
Do you see that?
He's dead.
That's what you should be doing. You should be doing
it's
that.
like they're so natural and they come out just out the blue. And it's just and it correlates. You know what I'm saying?
Are you
like
listening?
It makes sense.
Are you listening to this?
I hear you, E.
It's great.
Only I spend way too much time with this kid.
Scott, I'm going to talk about track. He just said what's track up to. It's actually up
track
next on our script.
Actually has a meet like
Tomorrow. Oh, jinx.
Jinx,
At
yeah.
10 a.m. at Robbie Stadium.
Oh, I meant to tell Coach that I would help out with that. Think it's too late?
I don't know.
We get paid for it.
Okay. Yeah, so track has a private college championships tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I think they also have one on Saturday. They do something too. So
I'm not sure. I do know that cross country just had their conference meet on either last Friday or last Saturday.
nice.
And it went well. Good buddy Chris Cron finished, I think, 13th.
Oh, wow.
Or something like that. And the guys' team placed, I think, 5th overall, if I remember correctly. I don't exactly know what the women's did.
Interesting.
But Christina, our good buddy Christina, took WLC number 1, but I don't know how she did in the actual
Like overall?
standings
Okay.
overall. Yeah.
Nice.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a day for like PRs or anything though, because it was a really cold day and
Okay.
not the best running weather. But yeah,
Interesting. All right, well, here at Sports Desk, we're here to serve you. So we're going to talk about tennis next. And the men's tennis team is 1-3, and the women's tennis team is 3-7, and their next matches are a week from today versus CU Dub, our hated rival.
oh yes,
So hopefully we can destroy them. And I haven't actually ever seen a tennis match while I've been here at WLC. Our good friend Jonathan, he played golf, or
Golf.
he played tennis. That's literally how irrelevant. I'm just kidding. Yeah, he played tennis. I'm so sorry, Jonathan. I think he's gonna be a little heated.
he coaches now.
He does. And I think being that the team is 1-3, should Jonathan be a coach anymore?
I'm told he needs to work on his serves. So once he gets his serves down, then maybe the team will
Do better.
benefit.
Second best team in the conference. Oh, CUW tennis is unfortunately insanely good. I was thinking, well, how are we second at 1-3?
I was wondering that too.
Yeah, second best team in the conference. Well, to be the best, you have to beat the best, as they say.
That's my mantra.
Exactly. Yeah, but big ticket item on the agenda tonight is WLC football. And I know Ethan, Skylar, you guys both play, so I know you'll have a lot of great input on the recent games and upcoming matches. For those of you who don't know, football is 1-1. How many games do you guys play this season?
We have 3
Yeah.
regular
5.
season games, and then we
Yeah.
have 2 playoff games.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 total. Yeah.
So you guys recently had that loss to Concordia.
Yep.
You guys just want to talk about that, talk about what went wrong, what went well, all that good stuff.
Yeah. E, did you want to take it away first?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what was more disappointing is the fact that I was the only person hurt on the team. So I did not play. And the majority of their points and their chunk plays like happened on like my side of the field. And it just hurt me, you know? I just felt like I should have been there. I should have, I should be playing, but my ankle says no. But it's better right now. But I mean, it was just it was a great game, by the way. Okay. Our quarterback threw for almost 500 yards.
474.
Yeah. Put up 38 points. Every time they needed to score, we completed a Hail Mary pass. We were scoring when we needed to score, and unfortunately, defense couldn't, hold the bar in, and it was just tough to see them. It was tough to see them just chew back at it, because we know we're the better team. It's just unfortunate events happen, unfortunate calls, and oh my gosh, the referees for that game are about, as worse as you can get. Almost as bad as the replacement refs back in 2015.
That's bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad, but Sky
was
can
bad.
elaborate on all of that.
There is not a lot of like crap that I will give refs, like in the course of a game, and I will very rarely ever put a blame on the officiating of a game to determine like an outcome. But and maybe I'm a little bit biased. I mean, obviously I play for the team, but it just seemed like every time there was a call, it went against us, and it extended CU Dubs drives. It didn't matter what was going on there.
Exactly.
It was just one thing after another, and then it was like Brooksy got called on a post route PI, and it was clean coverage throughout.
Horrible.
And then he played soft the next time around. They ran the exact same play, and then they completed the pass because Brooksy didn't want to get flagged.
Right.
And it like Ethan was saying, I mean, Ethan, you did a great job keeping guys' heads up. I mean, it was a very, very emotional game, and you had guys that were also getting hurt. It was a little bit chippy of a game. Guys were getting hurt, sitting on the sidelines. The guys were getting super frustrated in that fourth quarter. And I remember looking over, and Coach told Ethan to go, like, keep those guys' heads up, and you did a great job of that. So
Yeah, thank you.
tip my hat to you for that.
I appreciate it, man. It's just like me being a senior, I have to not, lead by example, kind of like Coach says. And it's just like everybody knows me. Everybody can hear me. I'm really loud, as you know. So I feel like I was just obligated before Coach told me.
Exactly.
I was obligated before just to keep everybody, with energy because it was a rival game. We're playing for a cup. When they score, don't worry about it. That one's got it. Just trying to keep guys' energy up, and I did my best. I was everybody's hype man.
Yeah,
but
and that's important too. When you can't be on the field, you can still play a valuable role on the sideline.
Exactly.
Now, Ethan, for those of us who aren't familiar, like including myself, with your injury, you said ankle severity. What timetable for return? What's the status?
I've actually been practicing lately. It's about at like a nice 85%. I got it. I'm able to run. I'm able to cut. I probably see, me and Sky, switching off drives this Saturday.
So you will be playing.
It looks like it, but in the case I do, I'll probably tell Coach to be like, maybe me and Sky can switch, drives and stuff like that. Just because I'm not fully 100%. Plus, I feel like switching up the corners on that end will be pretty dope. Give them like a different look every time.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. But no, I'm playing right now, but we'll see how it gets by Saturday. Probably gonna have to pop at least like 6 ibuprofen so I don't feel a thing. I don't want to feel a thing.
Yeah, because you don't want to rush back and potentially make it worse by coming back prematurely.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that wouldn't be the worst idea. You guys switch off, maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
Keep you guys both fresh too.
Time will tell. I mean, I know my hands are full with that punter role that I have.
It sounds like the offense isn't even letting you punt that much because they're scoring so much.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, we went in, we played Rockford. I think we punted a total of 3 times with the actual punting unit. I punted 1. Tony Ziegler punted 2 because I went out with the hamstring. And then Nick Yaki punted twice, averaging like 50 yards a punt. Then in the following week, did we punt we punted once or twice against CU Dub?
I think we punted like once that I remember.
I remember.
Other than that, we were pretty aggressive that day.
And we were also putting up a lot of points too. So
yeah, I would reckon we probably didn't. I don't think.
Yeah, and
unless we were pushed back.
What bring it back? We never mentioned a final today from that CU Dub game. It was 39-38. So upcoming up next on Saturday we have Lakeland, who is undefeated in the conference right now. They beat Concordia 19-10, and they beat Rockford 35-7. So Rockford we beat by 15.
28-14.
Oh, it was 14. I thought it was 13. And then we beat Rockford, and then we just lost to CU Dub by 1 point. And coach was saying we can still win NAC North if we win by 9, was it?
Yeah.
Which is going to be quite a challenge. I know defense needs to show up and step up their game. Sounds like they got 2 stud players that can make plays, big plays happen.
Receiver or running back?
Quarterback and running back.
Okay.
Current running back, Larry Rivers, I think is his name, just broke the school record for rushing yards all time.
Oh, wow.
For Lakeland, which is crazy. I mean, they had Des Eddy last year who graduated. I'm trying to remember whether or not he was more of a receiver, more of a...
He was
back.
their slot.
Okay.
He was their
And
slot.
that guy was talented. He was a stud.
Yeah, I think he went to a combine, an NFL combine.
That's cool.
Yeah, that
but yeah.
would not surprise me.
Yeah, I mean these boys over in Lakeland. I mean the thing with them is like they have 3 players that can go for 100 yards rushing, and that's the quarterback, the running back, and their slot number 1, I think.
Yep.
Their slot, and that's tough when you have to try to stop 3 guys in the run game. They always do that, triple option stuff. They can hand the ball off anywhere, but I mean, the thing with this team is like their quarterback throws like a high schooler. To be very honest, he is not accurate at all. I think like he doesn't when like coach said when he has to put it there perfectly, he folds.
Yeah,
and it's just I feel like it's gonna be a big week for the D line. It's gonna be a big week for Mike and Ty.
Mike and Ty.
Just not worrying about the sack numbers, worrying about the game plan, keeping him contained and pressured.
Exactly. We shut down that rushing game. I think we win that game.
Yes, we force him to throw it to us, kind of like Mr. Trubisky and the
Jake Wasserman.
We'll not talk about but we force him to throw the ball. I think we win, and
True.
I don't see offense stopping anytime soon, regardless if they know our type of offensive scheme, because we have better skill guys.
Yeah, that is true. I think we're a pretty well-rounded team offensively. Mm-hmm. Like, if one guy doesn't necessarily show up to play, or like if one guy's getting shut down, like we've got other guys to go to.
Exactly.
Corey Diedrich, Justin Parbs,
Orlando,
Jordan Jewell, like those guys are all leading in the receiving and rushing categories. Yeah. And Orlando, I would argue that Orlando has the best hands on the team.
He definitely,
that dude just makes crazy catches left and right. And then he was also the guy who caught that Hail Mary pass at the end of the first half. Yeah. Literally as time was expiring, it was textbook.
Also, Mike.
That was crazy.
Mike creating plays. Dupree.
Yep. Mike Dupree.
Creating plays in the screen game and also on special teams. We just have a lot of guys. We have a lot of guys, a lot of freshmen that are contributing right now, and I just feel like we're the best team right now. We shouldn't have lost to CU Dub. We're the better team. So
sounds like you got. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're good. I just feel like we're confident right now, and I just see us. If we do our jobs, we execute, and we have that goal in mind to just win and win by a lot. We'll win.
Exactly. I mean, our first quarter defense has been absolutely phenomenal. Nobody has scored any points on us in the first quarter.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Yeah, we ended the first quarter against CU Dub up 10-0, and Rockford, I think we were up 7-0. So yeah, I mean, like defense has the ability to pitch a shutout. I mean, we shut out Rockford for 3 quarters, and then they put up some numbers once we kind of like let off the gas a little bit. And offense wasn't nearly as productive on the scoreboard as they were. But like first game jitters, I mean, we had guys fitting into a new system. Everyone was kind of getting used to like an actual gameplay speed.
Right. And also we shut them down in the first quarter. Lakeland, we shut them down in the first quarter last year, so it's not impossible with this team.
Ooh, so that's a 2-1. What time is it?
8:40. Let's try to wrap up in
so you got to
a minute or two. Yeah, I got to get out in a minute. Yeah, so it sounds like you guys have a lot of depth, and it's just a matter of putting all that talent together.
We gotta get rid of our mental errors.
Yeah, get rid of mental errors. Skylar says. I don't know if that went through, but yeah.
I heard it.
Okay, sounds good. Just want to reference a few comments here quickly as we wrap up here. Going back to tennis, Jonathan says that our team is a young squad with a ton of potential. Number one tennis player is a freshman, so they'll improve a ton in the next few years. Phil says, Ethan, you're a true leader.
Ethan Perez.
Guess I want to close us out, Ethan, for you with a question from Carson asking what your favorite animal is.
My favorite animal?
Yeah.
My favorite animal is eagle.
You sound like my father.
Scott's punching the air.
It's an eagle because it has the letter E in it. And I've just been riding that train since I was in high school. I like it because plus they're dangerous and cool and fly and all that jazz. And,
they do it all. They do it all.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But mine is an eagle for some reason like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Sick.
Well, Ethan, it was a pleasure to have you on this week's episode. We appreciate you coming on such short notice. Hope you have a great Easter. For those of you who aren't or who are on campus, go cheer on Ethan Skylar this weekend at 1 p.m. at Robbie Stadium as they take on Lakeland in football. Ethan, have a great rest of your night, man.
Appreciate it, boys.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Have a good one.
You too. Well, we were super excited to have you on and to have you guys tuning in this week for our Easter special on Sports Desk. Tune in next week. We'll have someone else on the show, and it's going to be just as good, if not better. It can't really get any worse. So,
did we surprise him or did we tell him?
I think we surprised him.
Okay.
I think we surprised him. So, have a great Easter, everyone. Skylar?
Exactly. Once again, coming at you from the penthouse. Save money, live better. Sports Desk.
Yum.